Your Eminence, Cardinal Schönborn, we are very grateful for this relatively last-minute scheduled event that has been organized and so graciously invited all of us, our dear board member Liana Marabini, together with Mauro. We welcome all of you to this very special event where the ITI is actually being honored for its work in evangelization. And I am not going to say much about it because that's the job of Liana to do that. But I just want to use this opportunity to extend to all of you a warm welcome in this still a little bit cold Riley Hall. It's still a little bit cold, but I'm sure in the next hour or so we will all be warmed up from the inside by what we are seeing and what we are hearing. So thank you for joining us today, and I would like to invite Liana to start the presentation.
So good evening and welcome to everybody. Thank you to be here at this important celebration for the ITI and for Father Christophe and for all of you. Our festival started in 2010 as a film festival whose aim was to point out the good values that Catholicism inspires. So from the very beginning, we had the chance to have the high patronage of the Holy See on this festival, which is the only festival in the world having that. And from the very beginning, we did our mission, thanks also to so many film producers, actors, directors, and operators in the cinema world that were with us. And through the years, we inspired a lot of actors that most of them, they were without a religion. Most of them were against the religions. Most of them were in satanic sects. And a lot of them are Catholic now. And this is a pride for us. And we see a little bit the hand of God in so many things that humankind can do. And this festival arrived this year at its 13th edition. It just finished one day ago. And the main film awarded was a film about Mother Teresa. We are organizing now a beautiful screening in the Vatican, and the Holy Father will come, I think, because he likes Mother Teresa. It's a wonderful film. Best director is an Italian director who directed a film about the war in Salento. Salento is a part of the Puglia region in Italy. But the film is remarkable because it looks like Once Upon a Time in America, like atmosphere, like quality, technical quality, and the actors are wonderful. The short film is awarded to a Turkish director who could represent in 7 minutes the value of the consciousness in a choice. And it's very curious to see the way he presented that. And the best documentary is an Italian director who talked about something that is not so well known. It's called Li chiamano Caminantes. Caminantes is a huge population from Venezuela that escaped the communism, 6 million people on the ways. So they filmed these people and interviewed these people. It's a remarkable documentary. And Dulcis in Fundo, we have an award for evangelization. I was speaking with a friend before the beginning of our celebration. Why the evangelization? Because it's important to think of the history of the evangelization. Because the evangelization has a history and is very significant. All those persons or institutions who made a better world. Because, we are used to think that the Spanish were bad. They went in South America. They were the nasty guys of the history. But they did a lot for those populations. After the Christianization, we didn't found anymore I don't know, incestuous attitudes, cannibalism, and so many things that were terrible at that time. Coming to our days, why ITI? And why Cardinal Schönborn? Because ITI is a school, a university, created by a saint, wanted by a saint. Cardinal Schönborn was named by a saint at the head of this school as chancellor from the very beginning. And they, together with all of you, with the president that we have now, Christian, that is here present, thank you, Christian. All of you, did a lot for the evangelization through the studies, through your professors, through your presence here, through what the cardinal represents, not only like a man or like a priest. He's a wonderful priest, you know. So I think we thought that it was more than deserved award, this award to the ITI and to Cardinal Schönborn today. So first of all, I would like to show you a very small video about the festival, and after we will give the prize. So you saw in this video at a certain point a girl armless. She was without arms. And imagine, she's a pilot, she's a writer, she writes films. So we gave her a prize for a film she wrote. She demonstrated that you can be born whatever you are born, but you can achieve things. And she's a refugee. So, we pass to the nice things. So here we have our it's a statue that is inspired with one of the first symbols of Christianism, is a fish, a silver fish. So we will give this silver fish for the ITI to the Cardinal. So we have a silver fish.
Dear Liana, Mr. Marabini, it's true that the scheduling of this event was very short but very intense, because it is a great surprise that this institution, the ITI, founded by a saint, by St. John Paul II, be honored by an award that is normally given to movie makers and their talents and their commitment for promoting the Christian values and the real commitment for the gospel. This award is for the ITI not only an honor, but it's a challenge, because evangelization is it's a word that we easily pronounce, but what is it really? Spreading the gospel, and how to discern what is a work, a movie, an art product, art work, or an academic institution that really promotes the gospel. St. Francis used to say, proclaim the gospel to everybody, if necessary also with words. The proclamation of the gospel is, first of all, the person, the life, and then the words. And as St. Augustine used to say, facta sunt verba. What you do is a word, speaks. Your daily life, the way you relate, the way you are attentive, the way you are compassionate, the way you use your intelligence for the good, for the common good. All these are acts that are words. And the evangelization, the proclamation of the gospel, is mainly deeds, much more than words. And that's what we have learned from our Master, Jesus himself. The proclamation of the gospel was done through 30 years without words, only deeds. Living a hidden life, so hidden that when he began to act publicly, the people of Nazareth asked, who? We know him, we know his family. Where does come this wisdom and power? He had lived for 30 years without saying this falegnami, come si dice in inglese, falegnami, carpenter. This carpenter shop is the carpenter shop of the Son of God. No, it was Joseph's, and then Jesus carpenter's shop. And he lived among his fellow citizens in Nazareth without being particularly recognized. I think it's a great challenge for what it means to evangelize, that the Son of God passed 30 years of his life on earth just working, living, being among the others. Yesterday, first of December was the memory of Blessed Charles de Foucauld. He was profoundly inspired by the hidden life of Jesus. He wanted to stay in Nazareth. He did for a long while before going into the desert, in the Saharan desert. What does it mean for this academic institution? Of course, it is known that it is a Catholic institution. It is practicing Christian life, Catholic liturgy, and Catholic thought. But the radiance of this institution are you. The students, the faculty, and our friends, our donors, they are the radiance of this institute. For me, after 26 years of existence of the institute, it is a permanent miracle, because we are living in a very Franciscan way, depending on donations largely, also your contributions as students. And apparently the Lord wants this institute to exist. As Grand Chancellor, I sometimes was discouraged and thought, Lord, that cannot work. But he said to me, as he did to the apostles, man of little faith. And again, the Lord has shown that he wants this foundation of St. John Paul II to be. So, Liana, it is very moving that this award, the award of this year, goes to the ITI. It's a great encouragement. It's a sign also that we must stand firm with the vocation of this institute and of the inspiration that it received from its saint founder. I could go on long time telling stories about, but a last word I want to say about your commitment to faith-inspired movies. I think among the most powerful ways to express our faith is this modern mean of movies. We had in Frascati this summer a movie that has impressed me profoundly, by a Mexican on a real story of a policeman an American policeman who was engaged in the research about child abuse and child traffic for abuse. And this extremely dramatic story with a happy end was really a message. There was no word about Catholic faith in the whole movie, but it was such a witness of courage, commitment, compassion, and I think movies can convey so profoundly the message of the gospel. So thank you, Liana, thank you for your commitment for this so important mean of evangelization today. And thank you for your faithful commitment for the ITI. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Eminence, and I would also like to say thank you on behalf of the whole of the ITI, Liana, for this great honor that you have bestowed on us. And as the Cardinal rightly said, it's above all a duty that comes from it, an obligation that comes from it to continue and strengthen this work of evangelization. And here I'm looking especially to our students, who are the generation who will have to be doing that, who are going into the world and actually being prepared here to do exactly that. So we thank you, Liana. We are deeply grateful for all those years of working with us, of commitment, and of you accompanying the ITI on its very important assignment, which we cannot stress enough, being given to us by a great saint. That's it. And that should be enough reason for us to do what we are called to do.